Morning, morning. Hi, everybody. I'm live streaming on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you so much. This is Morning Conversations with me, Kendall Denise. Hello, hello, hello. If you haven't followed or subscribed, please do so. And if you're watching on YouTube and you see the three little dots under me, you can give a gift to show that you appreciate my hard work pushing out content. It's not always easy, but I love it. And consistency is the key. So I appreciate you guys. All right. So today's conversation, as usual, I'm not going to be before you long, but I want to talk about good morning. Good morning, Shavana. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning. Hi, everybody who is watching live or the playback. I'm not going to be before you long, but I want to talk about keeping your happy, period. Right? So I ran into some teenagers, well, preteens, they're in the eighth grade, and then I work with children, right? And I see the pure joy, I see the happiness that they have without even trying. The two young girls that I saw yesterday, they were so happy. They were with their mom, they were getting food. And I was like, and I told them, I said, all of that, I said, keep that. I said, keep that happy because the mom was talking about them going into high school and they had gone to, I think she said Catholic school their whole lives. And they were going in, they wanted to go for high school into a, non-Catholic high school, public school. And I told them, I said, whatever you do, I said, no matter what's happening around you, keep that. Keep that happy. Don't let anybody take that happy. And whether it's a him, whether it's a her, whether it's a them, because sometimes teachers will try to snatch your happy. I've seen it happen with children. Sometimes your parents will try to take your happy. I've seen it, whether it's a stranger and something happens and you're out and about and they're just negative and they want to rub you the wrong way. It's up to you to kind of maintain your happy. It's not always easy to maintain your happy, but you have to be cognizant of your happiness because ultimately, no matter what's happening around you, the people aren't giving you your happy. That's something that comes from within. That's something that God already places there. And then when the real world starts happening, when life starts lifing, and a lot of things are going, good morning, good morning, good morning, are going awry, you somehow lose your light. You somehow lose your happy. And I know that's happened to all of us, right? At a time where something takes the breath out of you, something takes the happy that was once there, it's no longer there, and you're trying to figure out why. So I want you to really focus on your happy. And it's so interesting with kids. It's not a thing. It's not food. It's not a trip around the world. It's not any of those things. It's not money, right? So think of those things that adults are like, I'm not happy because I don't have this. I'm not happy because I don't see this. I'm not doing this. And we put all of these things on what makes us happy. And it's so many things. If I don't have this, then I'm not going to be happy. If this doesn't happen, then I'm not going to be happy. And there's so many different things that we put on happiness. But with children, it's innately happy. Now, some might say kids are happy because they ain't got no bills. They don't have to put no gas in the car. They ain't got to get their car fixed and it costing all of this money, or they ain't got to pay rent or mortgage. Of course, they're happy. right? And kids see a time too. You know what I mean? Some kids see a time. I see the reverse where some kids are sad and they don't have their happy. I see when a kid is happy and playing, and a teacher might snatch them up, metaphorically, and I could see the happiness removed from their body when they're joyous, right? Or if somebody says something, another student says something to them, or another peer says something to them, that's unkind, I see the happiness leave from their body. So kids are not always happy. I'm fully aware of that. But a lot of the times it could be something simple, their favorite meal, and they're jumping over the moon. They're waking up ready for the day and they're happy. You ever hear people, as adults, whether it's a professional athlete or someone who grew up poor, they always say, I didn't know that I was poor because I was so happy as a kid. I was so um, satisfied and content. And I didn't even know I was poor. The happiness is there. And then as you start living life and life starts getting the best of you, then the happiness is depleted from your body. So first you have to ask yourself not only what makes you happy, but what is happiness to you? Just like we have different definitions of success, we have different definitions of love, we have different definitions for a lot of the words and the experiences and the actions, right? The adjectives, um, that we use. But first, you have to discover, okay, what is happiness to me? Is happiness not crying? Is happiness getting what I want? Is happiness waking up in the morning? First, you have to define what happiness is for you. What is happy for you may not be happy for me, right? Then you have to go back to a time. When was the last time that you were super duper happy? When was the last time you were happy? And have you ever been happy? And do you see people that are happy and you're like, what is that? Why are they always so happy? They're on the bus stop. They don't have no money. They ain't got no significant other. They don't have the job that they want. Why are they happy? And you have to really think about it. It's something in them. And also, happiness really is a choice, a decision. I'm going to be happy. And then you make that choice to be happy. Um, I see so many people allowing other people to rob them of their happy, whether it's an argument, whether it's a bad breakup, whether it's family strife, whether it's a friendship that goes awry. Sometimes events of life will change a person's disposition, whereas you may know them as happy and then you no longer see them as happy because you can see the sadness in their eyes and you can feel the sadness coming from their heart, and they don't know how to reverse that sadness. But I want you to be able to get your happy back and keep your happy. So that means no matter what's going on around you, you feel happy. And God puts that happiness there, right? And when you can rely on God and you can rely on His word and His promise, then you know that the happiness is going to be there because you know that you're protected. You know that you're covered. You know that you're safe. You know that the sadness is because you're depending on yourself, right? But if you understand God and the relationship with God, you don't have nothing to do with none of it. You make the choice every single day to be happy. No matter what's happening around you, you got to have that happiness in your spirit. It doesn't mean that nothing is happening in your life, right? It doesn't mean that, but it's a disposition, that's a choice. You ever see somebody, it's so interesting because some people will see that person at work or see that person, at the grocery store or see that friend, and you're always happy. It can't be real, but it can be real because that person may be making the choice and the decision to be happy every day. Where some people allow life to bog them down like bricks on their back. So they're not choosing to be happy, they're choosing to be affected by what's happening in their life. And some of you might say, well, it's easy to do that. It's not easy to be happy. I'm responding from emotion based off of what's happening in my life, and I'm being authentic to my feelings. And you have every right to be authentic in your feelings and to your feelings. But one thing you have to understand is you can't stay there. You don't want to waste life being miserable and unhappy because life is precious every single day. So you want to find the happy in your day. And it sounds cliche, but it truly is a decision. Am I going to allow this to steal my joy? Am I going to allow this to steal my happy? Or am I going to be happy through whatever I'm dealing with and going through? That's an active choice. Am I going to be happy during the through period? Don't just be happy after whatever you're dealing with goes away. Because then the next time something happens, you're going to lose your happy again. So you have to learn to be happy through whatever you're dealing with and whatever you're going through. Because as long as life keeps life, and as long as we are here, there's going to be something that is waiting to rob you of your happy. And you can't give it, them, whoever, the power over you. You have to get your power back. And by getting your power back, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I want you to keep your happy. You meet some people, and as a life coach in my book, Your Unhealed is Showing, a lot of people think, oh, they mean, they're miserable, they're unhappy. They may not be. They may be unhealed and they don't know how to get to a place of happy. Some people are content being unhappy because that's the only feeling they know, and they don't know how to come out of that thing. So it's up to you to keep your happy in spite of whatever is going on. Today, I want y'all to keep your happy. If you lost it, get your happy back. Do a whole search party to try to find that happy, and really make a conscious effort and be intentional about being happy, waking up, talking to God, saying, you know what, today I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to let whatever the world is going to throw my way take my happy or joy. I'm not going to let them, I'm not going to let her, him, a stranger, somebody I know, somebody I don't know, I'm not going to give them that power. I've seen people and things happen where they'll be happy, happy, happy. And then somebody will snatch their happy. And then the next thing you know, it's like, what happened to their happy? Oh, they did this, they did that. But that's your happy. Because that person's going to keep living their life. That person is going to continue to be happy. Right? And if somebody On the flip side of that, if somebody is trying to intentionally take your happy, then they lost their happy. And I'm talking to that person too. Stop making people miserable around you. Bring the happy into the room. Are you that person that walks into a room and sucks the air and the energy out of that room? You take everybody's, you happy snatching. You taking everybody's happy. Or are you that person that brings the light into the room? And they're like, I don't know what's going on with them, but I want a piece of, I want to have what they're having. I want the happiness that they have. And it doesn't mean that that person that walks into the room, that lights up the room, it doesn't mean that that person doesn't have any woes, worries, or concerns. And it doesn't mean that they're faking. It means that they're making an intentional effort to be happy, or that they have the joy of God inside of them. And they know at the end of the day, it don't got nothing to do with us. It got everything to do with Him. So today I want you to practice being happy. And you know what? Faith it till you make it. You can fake it till you make it, or you can faith it till you make it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This is our morning conversation. This is Kendall Anise, the Remix Coach. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on Instagram and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. And if you're watching on Facebook, good morning. All right, y'all. Remember, you are a star. Don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace, y'all. Don't worry. Be happy.